The people of Kenya, through Parliament, have not put aside budget for compensating those whose properties are destroyed and looted through such occasions. And we do not have budgetary allocation as a government to do so. And if we were to be providing budget that will compensate people all the time when their properties are looted at this point in time, then the best law would have been those who are protest organizers should be bearing greatest responsibility. That is why you heard me say it's important to have a law that will clearly define who are the organizers of the protest, where do they want to, what is the purpose of this protest, when do they want to have the protest, where will they start the protest, which route will it follow, and where will it end? And should there be anything that is, should these protesters loot people's properties, what will happen? It is also important to organize public protests in such a way that the police can then provide necessary escort. The reason why I cited Mombasa is because Mr. Ali Nuno, who is the regional police commander, was properly briefed. The protesters followed defined route in Mombasa. They started at 10, they finished at 12. There was a small group that wanted to cause chaos at some point, but it wasn't a serious one, and the protest was closed. That is an example of how public protest should be done, not the kind of mayhem and chaos that we witnessed in the city. And therefore, unfortunately, the government of Kenya does not have a budgetary allocation from Parliament that takes care of any form of compensation. That does not mean that the government of Kenya is not feeling the pain of the businesses. When I went to OTC today and the bus station, and all of us as a team when we went there, you saw, I met a lady who lost her husband 7 months ago, and she has loans. And she has, this business she's running was worth about, the capital required is about 200,000. Now, as a government, you will say, yes, we have no budget to do so. But all of us as well-wishers, other business people, even from government, even as leaders, to see the most vulnerable ones, what can you do to help them in such a difficult situation? I have also been asked by Daniel that there are people who do not trust the justice system. Unfortunately, this is our country. And that's why when we tell all the protesters that let's make protests peaceful, let's protect our nation, there is no other country. The same people who will say today, we don't trust our justice system, are the same people whom when we say we want to regulate protests, they will say, no, you cannot regulate our right. It's important that protests are regulated. And also important for us to trust our institutions. The DCI and the police here have done a fantastic job to unearth so many cases in the country. We have the capacity and the human resource to make sure that we investigate and arrest people. And that's why I'm saying we will arrest. We have arrested already some who were arrested yesterday. Some will be arrested today. Some will be arrested over the weekend. But we want to make sure that all those people who are prosecuted, there is enough evidence, and we want to request the judiciary to work with us and work with the police, National Police Service, to ensure that all those characters are brought to justice. On the question of some people being escorted by the police who are goons, we will be happy to receive also reports from citizens to record statements so that if there will be such incidences where there was infraction on any part of government officer, of course it will be investigated in the right manner. But by and large, yesterday was a great success in terms of the police work, even though the destruction that went all the way to almost midnight. All these goons who were brought all the way from Muranga, Some of them were brought from Nyeri, some were brought from Kirinyaga, most of these goons were left in town. Some were left in Thika Road. And so as they were going back home, they caused immense havoc last night in Thika town, looting people's businesses, mugging people, robbing people in Thika town, and some on their way to Kajiado also caused a lot of havoc on their way. So, and the police were really overwhelmed because now they were doing some of this work in darkness, especially some who, on the onset of this darkness, they came back to the roads to try to rob motorists and other citizens. It has not been easy when such number of goons and criminals and thieves and thugs and robbers are concentrated in one area, collected by these politicians. It's not easy for the police officers to be able to maintain law and order. I think that we have given you sufficient, unless any last question?